So 1 Corinthians chapter 11. This morning, I'll read mostly 17 through 34, just to give you a little bit of direction. I think we need to cover the whole section, but we can't get to every detail. At least I can't. So we'll take this in three phases. So this today, just to focus on what's going on in Corinth, what's happening here. We'll call this like an exposition of the passage, mostly focusing on 17 through 22. Next week, I want to do more of a doctrinal, theological sermon on the Lord's Supper. So we'll focus on verses 23 through 26. What is the Lord's Supper? What does this mean? And what does it mean for this to be the body and blood of Christ? We'll talk through some of those issues. What is the new covenant? Getting into some of the nuts and bolts of the doctrines of the Lord's Supper. So if you think, we're breezing over parts of this, that's because we'll take them up in future weeks. And then I called these three sermons an exposition, a doctrinal sermon, and then the last one's a difficult sermon. What does it mean to take the Lord's Supper in a worthy manner? And we'll focus there on verses 27 through 34. So that's where we're headed the next few weeks. Good time to study and read and think ahead. As always, I welcome your questions and curiosities and saying, hey, what do you think about this? That does really help me as I prepare sermons, hopefully for you. So let's read 1 Corinthians chapter 11. I want to show you the contrast between how Paul addresses the issue of head coverings and how he addresses the Lord's Supper. So we'll start just in verse 1. Just look back there real quick. Paul says, "Be imitators of me as I am of Christ. Now I commend you because you remember me in everything and maintain the traditions even as I delivered them